the Channel 1 Net controllers will be having their meeting Thursday evening next week there at 19:30, and hopefully all the Channel 1 controllers will be present, and we'll quite sure that we'll have a good time there. Again, next Thursday at 1900. Back to you, Mike, and may as well call this my check-in. You and yours have yourselves a great evening, and everyone on frequency stays safe. VE1, VE9, geez, I don't know why I have a problem with that. VE9 MTV, VE1 CSE, 73.
Yeah, very good, Robert. Thanks for that announcement, and thanks for joining us for the net tonight. Nice to hear you on. Good signal there from you, Midas. Any other, okay, I asked for any other announcement. I guess there's none, so we'll go ahead with any short time stations that want to check in that don't have time to stay for the whole net. Est-ce que des stations en court temps qui peuvent pas rester pour la durée du réseau, allez-y avec vos appels. Any short time stations, go ahead, please. VE9 and TV standing by.
VE1 ABX. Victor Echo 1, Delta, Sierra, Sierra. VE1 DSS.
Hey, I have two stations, Victor Echo 1 Alpha Bravo X-Ray and Victor Echo 1 Delta Sierra Sierra. Okay, top of the list, VE1 ABX. Don't know if I have you in my log here. Yeah, I do. Guy, go ahead, VE1 ABX, VE9 MTV.
Thank you, Mike. On the portable, in the through the Amherst repeater. Just have one.
Yeah, VE1 ABX, VE9 MTV. All we got was on the Amherst repeater, and you locked out, and I just heard a couple of words after that, so I guess you were not quite holding the repeater there, but thanks a lot, Guy, for checking in there. Much appreciated. Anyway, thanks, sir, for that. Next is Greg, VE1 GSS. Go ahead, Greg, VE9 MTV.
Thanks for calling me in. Thanks for doing the net. Yeah, just getting ready to sit down for supper, so that we'd jump in here first and say hi to everybody, and everybody have a great evening. And 7-3 from Antigonish County, VE1 DS.
Yeah, very good, Greg. Thanks for checking in. Good signal there on the VE1 RMW. Yeah, very good. Nice to hear you on there. Okay, wonder if George is in there. VY2 Golf Foxtrot. Go ahead there, George. VE9 MTV. I guess we didn't hit him. He checked in. He was good on before the net started. When the net starts, we lose him. So we'll call any stations from PI. Any stations from PI. Est-ce qu'il y a des stations de l'île Passadoire pour la première ronde des appels? Allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel à phonétique. Any stations from PI. Go ahead with the call sign in phonetics. E9MTV standing by. You're listening to the Maritime Fusion Net. This is the 1st of March 2023. Anybody from PI? Est-ce qu'il y a des stations de l'île Passadoire? Allez-y with it appel en phonétique. Any stations from PI? Go ahead. E9MTV. And control, standing by. Nothing heard. Next we'll go stations from Nova Scotia. Any stations from Nova Scotia? Est-ce qu'il y a des stations de Nouvelle-Écosse? Allez-y avec l'appel à phonétique. VNF-MTV à l'écoute. Any stations from PI? V9MTV standing by.
Victor Echo 1, Delta Echo Sierra, V1 DP test.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey, V1JW. Victor Echo 1, Bravo, India Charlie, VE1 BIC.
Victor Echo 1, Golf Papa Foxtrot. Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, VE1JF. VE1, Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta. Victor Echo 1, Delta Alpha Delta.
Very good. I have Victor Echo 1, Delta Echo Sierra, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Whiskey, Victor Echo 1, Victor Echo 1, Golf Papa Foxtrot, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta, and Victor Echo 1, Delta Alpha Delta. Did I miss anybody? Go ahead, V9MTV.
Victor Echo 1, India, Quebec.
I have Victor Echo 1, India. I'll go with the top of the list. VE1, Delta Echo Sierra. Go ahead, VE9MTV.
V9MTV, V1DES down here in the snowy Yarmouth, but not as bad as what you guys have been getting. There's more on the way for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Be able to go out there and make a snowman. Anyway, it's not that cold down here. It's fairly mild, actually. It's below freezing, but not like we've been having. Hope you guys fare out well, too, there. You don't need any more snow down your direction, either. V9MTV, good evening, Mike. Good evening to the Fusion Net.
VE1 Delta Echo Sierra, Dawn. Yeah, thanks for checking in. Yeah, we only had a light snow here, maybe a couple of meters. I think we're only supposed to get 2 to 4. And from what I looked at, we're only supposed to get 2 to 4 tomorrow also. So not a great big dump unless my accurate weather is not on the ball. I think mostly western New Brunswick and maybe north getting most of the big stuff. But according to my calculations. Could be wrong, but that's what the my weather thing said. So hopefully it'll be right. Thanks, Don, for checking in there through the Yarmouth gateway there, the signal. Your audio was a little bit light, but full copy just the same. I just wanted to let you know. Okay, next is Eric, Victor Echo 1 Juliet Whiskey from North Kingston. Go ahead, Eric, VE9MTV.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and everybody on the net. So it's a good crew starting off. Yeah, kind of a nice day here. We got some snow overnight. I don't know, 7 or 8 centimeters probably, by the looks of it. So it took us a half an hour or 45 minutes, I guess, of scooping and shoveling, clean the driveway out and the steps and the patio and whatnot, and to always do a little trail across my backyard to my next door neighbor's house in behind me. They have 3 little dogs, and I like to come over and visit for his treats, so I always clean a little trail across the back lawn in the snow for them to come over. So time I get over to just about to their back door, one was up on the back of the couch. I could hear her just a bark, and she seen me. She wanted to come over. So time I get finished, she was on the trot coming over. Her mother put her jacket on and let her loose. And she came over and stayed for an hour or so and had a little visit, a treat or two, and then we had to go out, so we sent her home and went and get the ears lowered this afternoon. So good for another month or so, and get a few groceries to keep us through the storm tomorrow. And I think we'll just stay in tomorrow and take it easy and see what Friday morning brings, I guess. If we get this much, they say 20 here maybe, and guess it'll be a snowblower morning, I think, Friday perhaps. But we'll see how it goes. When they forecast a big one, sometimes it misses us. Other than that, we'll just be listening with interest to VE1 JW.
VE1 JW, Eric, yeah, very good, yeah. We had a little bit of snow, and my daughter lives in Pine Tree Mini Home, and lately in a little small patch of wood that's in that part of town, it's a mini home subdivision, and I counted 7 deers that were hiding just on the border of the wood. So, and I also want to rate when we got up to where the Needs and Tim Horton there, right by me, the old McEwen airfield, right across the road. There was another 3 deers over there. So I guess they're looking for some food. So probably had a big winter there, or they're trying to get some good food in. Very good, Eric. Thanks for checking in there. Next is Ron, Victor Echo 1 Bravo India Charlie from Amherst. Go ahead, Ron. VE9MTV.
Yeah, Victor Echo 9 MTV. Good evening there, Mike, and good evening all on the Fusion Net tonight. Yeah, we're going to get a bit of snow here, I guess, tomorrow night and into Friday. Looking at maybe 22 centimeters, 23, something like that. And yeah, that'll be, I guess, March coming in like a lion, like they say. It'll go out like a lamb, if that proves to be true. Anyway, thanks for calling me in there, Mike. Have a good net. We'll catch you next time. VE9 MTV from VE1 BIC, Ron here in Amherst.
Yeah, very good there, Ron. Yeah, I hope you're wrong. I don't want all that snow now. Yeah, very good. Thanks for checking in. And a good week coming up. And next is Gordon, Victor Echo 1 Golf Papa Foxtrot. Go ahead, Gordon. VE9MTV. Victor Echo 1 Golf Papa Foxtrot, VE9MTV. Go ahead.
Roger, VE9MTV, VE1 GPF. Do you read me now, Mike? Over.
Yeah, Roger, 100%. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My first night on Fusion, Mike. I just got the gear set up yesterday afternoon, and today you are receiving my first call on Fusion. So very nice to listen to the group and to hear everyone. Thanks for calling me in. VE9 MTV, VE1 GPF 73.
Yeah, very good there, Gordon. Yeah, I see you have your personal note, so that's good. And yeah, you're doing good there. I don't know if you had heard me the first time, but nothing was coming back, so that's why I gave you an extra call there. So thanks for checking in, and glad to have you join us for the net. And this net is on every Wednesday, also on Fridays at 8 p.m. There's the Triple F net on the CQ Maritime room, the same room. And it's on o'clock from Fredericton. It's the Fredericton Fusion Net. That's why we call it the Triple F Net. That's at 8 o'clock on Fridays. Thanks for checking in there, Gordon, and welcome to the Fusion world. Next on the list here is John, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra from the Halifax area. Go ahead, John, VE9MTV.
VE9 MTV, VE1JS. Good evening, Rob. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in. Good to hear Gord on here for the first time. And Eric as well. Don't see Eric very often. Nice day here today. A little bit of snow, not much. I think I might have to get my snowblower out tomorrow for the first time. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, 7-3 Saul. We'll look for you again next week. VE1 MTV on the net, VE1JS, 7-3.
Yeah, Victor Echo 1, Juliet Sierra, Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. Very good, John. Thanks for checking in there. Good signal from Halifax. And have yourself a good week, 7-3. Next is Edwin, Victor Echo 1, Echo Papa Delta from the Pubnico area. Go ahead, Edwin, VE9 MTV, standing by.
VE9 MTV, VE1 EPD. Yeah, thanks for calling me in. Everybody seems to be going good tonight. And today, well, we had a trip to Halifax and an appointment this morning in the snow. Coming back was all right. I didn't do very much the rest of the days. And it's nice to hear everybody on. VE9 MTV, VE1 EPD, 7-3.
Yeah, they're checking in. A good signal from the West Pubnico area. It's another, next one is from that same area, the lower West Pubnico. David, 1 Delta Alpha Delta. Go ahead, David, VE9 MTV.
VE9 MTV. Hello there, Michelle. Everybody on frequency. This morning I plowed out a few driveways, got a little bored, so I went here and there and everywhere, just plowing driveways again. Kept me busy for the morning. Then this afternoon, played a little bit of radio, cleaned up my side-by-side, get everything all ready for next snowstorm. Hopefully it'll never come, but I figure it will. So thanks for taking me in. So 73, thanks a lot.
Yeah, very good there, David. Yeah, thanks for checking in. A good signal there from your node. Good. Thanks for checking in there, and much appreciate all you guys' contact there. Next is Brian from the Greenwood area, Victor Echo 1, India, Quebec. Go ahead, Brian, VE9 MTV.
And very good evening to you, Mike. Where it's 0 degrees here in Greenwood, and we're same as everybody else, waiting to see how much snow comes tomorrow into Friday. And you're sounding good here. Everything sounds clear tonight, so with that, I'll say have a good evening, and I'll turn it back to you. VE9 MTV, VE1 India, Quebec.
Yeah, very good, Brian. Yeah, you're sounding excellent there, coming through the AEH repeater. And I checked my Wi-Fi speed here before I started the net. It was 100 megabyte per second download and 82 megabyte per second. So it's fairly good. So we shouldn't have no problem with the dropouts from here anyways. Thanks for checking in there, Brian, and thanks a lot being part of the Maritime Fusion Net. That's the bottom of the list for Nova Scotia, the first round. We'll go to the first round from New Brunswick stations. S'il y a des stations du Nouveau-Brunswick qui veulent participer au réseau Fusion Maritime, allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel. Le contrôleur ce soir est Michel. Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. Any stations from New Brunswick, net controller is Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, standing by.
Yeah. You're at Alpha. 9 Charlie Golf Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima. Victor Echo 9, PAL.
Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo, V9 OSK.
Victor Echo 9, Echo Uniform Victor Mobile, VE9 EUV Mobile.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo, VE1 JPR.
Okay, here's who I have. I have Victor Echo 9, Victor Echo Alpha, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima, Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima, Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo, Victor Echo 9, Echo Uniform Victor Mobile, and Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Mio. Before I turn it over to Mark, there are any other stations that I missed calling from New Brunswick. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres stations du Nouveau-Brunswick? Allez-y avec vous l'êtes. Any other stations from New Brunswick? Go ahead, please. Okay, I guess I didn't hear nobody. So, Mark, Victor Echo 9, Echo Uniform Victor. Go ahead, Mark. Your mobile, VE9 MTV.
VE9 MTV, net control. This is VE9 EUV Mobile. Evening, Mike, and everyone on frequency there. Just following along here. I got my son in at cadets, and I'm just sitting in the car, listening to the net and reading the book. So thought I'd give a quick check-in. Nothing new and exciting really going on here in Warmuckto and the Gornish area. We got a little dust in the snow, just like I think everybody else did. About 5 centimeters of snow. So here we are. It's still winter. And that's about it. Anyway, Mike, I'll give it back to you. Thanks for doing the net there tonight. Hello to Vern coming up there behind me. Good to hear you on the radio, Vern. And he's sounding back to himself. That's it for the glitchiness, so hopefully he gets back in there. Anyway, 7-3, Mike, and everyone on frequency. VE9 EUV Mobile, back to net control.
Yeah, VE9 EUV Mobile, VE9 MTV. Yeah, very good, Mark. Good signal there on coming to the Fredericton repeater. No dropouts at all, so good thing there. So thanks, Mark, for checking in there. And yeah, Vern was kind of broken up. I didn't hear him, just saw his call go by. So very good. Thanks for checking in there, Mark. Have yourself a good week there. Vern, you're top of the list. Victor Echo 9, Victor Echo Alpha. The airwaves are yours, Vern. Go ahead. VE9 MTV.
V9MTV. Wednesday night Fusion Net Control. Good evening, Mr. Mike, and good evening to all fine, outstanding, upstanding hams on frequency there for sure. And hello to you also, Mark, there in the corners, and you're sounding great there. Outside of that, I don't know why she's breaking up. Maybe I got a little glitch and I don't realize it in there, but hopefully I'm doing a pretty good transmission this time, and I'm on the node, and it works good, and it has a few little hiccups, and we can continue on though, but it's working quite reasonable since I got it up and running again. What a time to get that into gear. What a time, Mike. Holy jump, and I tried every trick in the rainbow, and finally she took off. It was interesting, I'll tell you that. Okay, all I can say is hopefully I had a good transmission with you there, Mike, and you're doing a fine job as usual. Thanks for doing that, calling us in, putting up with my foolishness for another week. Hopefully we'll be around to aggravate the airwaves again next week. 7-3, everybody. 7-3, Mike. Bye-bye.
Yeah, VE9, VEA, VE9 MTV, 100% there, Ren. No dropouts or anything. Probably you double with somebody there. That happens sometimes. So, too bad you don't have a system like the DMR where it won't allow you to go on top of somebody else. So, but anyway, that's maybe something they can look after. One thing they did with the 300s, when I let go, I hear a beep after I'm off the node, so that way there I know I can retransmit. That's one good feature they added to the. And what I didn't know is that if you can have more than one radio on one node, but you cannot transmit on more than one radio at a time. So if you're only going to use one radio at a time, you don't need another node number and another call sign. You can have two radios on one node. So that's something to remember. I didn't know that at first, but that's I have another call in with my portable V9 MCA with another node, so I didn't know that at that time. But yeah, very good, Vern. Nice signal there, and thanks for checking in there. Have yourself a good week there, 7-3. Next is Germain, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Golf Lima. Vas-y, Germain, bienvenue au réseau Fusion Maritime. VE9 MTV, standing by.
Bonsoir, Mike. Good evening, Mike, and everybody else on the Maritime Fusion Net. I've got nothing to report. I just want to put my name on your list. -8 here in St. Andre, Grand Falls. It's better than -30s. So have a nice net, Mike, and everybody stay safe. 7-3 all around from VE9 Charlie Golf Lima.
Yeah, very good, Germain. Thanks for checking in. It's only -4 here in Irishtown, so a little bit warmer. It got up to -1 there this afternoon, so it was kind of it freeze as then started snowing. Starting to get colder again. Thanks, Germain, for checking in. Have yourself a good week there, 7-3. Next is Paul, my next door neighbor here, Victor Echo 9, Papa Alpha Lima from Irishtown. Go ahead, Paul. VE9 MTV.
Yeah, V9 MTV, this V9 PA. How are you doing there, Mike, and everybody else? It's -4 in Irishtown. A little bit of snow tomorrow. Hopefully it's not too much. But anyway, you guys all take care. V9 PAL.
Yeah, very good, Paul. I guess you saw the same forecast that I did. It was only 2 to 4 centimeters tomorrow, so hopefully they're right. We don't get all the 10 to 15 or 10 to 25. Yeah. Thanks for checking in there, Paul. Have yourself a good week there. 7-3. Next is Oscar, Victor Echo 9, Oscar Sierra Kilo. V9MTV. Go ahead, Oscar.
V9MTV, V9 Oscar Sierra Kilo. Bonsoir Michel, et tout le monde sur les réseaux ce soir. Just want to mention, Guy said that there was a meeting Thursday night, and he said next Thursday. Next Thursday is tomorrow. Did he mean that one or the next one after that? He didn't specify the day there. Maybe something to clear up for whoever was Mike. Super signal, everybody. Nice and clear, and nobody's hicking up or whatsoever. Merci pour faire le réseau. 7 trees, Victor, Echo 9, Oscar, Sierra Kilo.
Yeah, V9 OSK, V9 OSK. Merci, Oscar. Je sais pas si tu as eu mon message là, pour les batteries pour le UV5R. Tu me réponds si tu veux. Also, yeah, thanks for checking in there, Oscar. And yeah, I think Robert had made the announcement, but I'm not sure if it was this Thursday or next Thursday. Anyway, you might want to repeat that after. Go ahead, Oscar. Did you get my email there? Over.
No, I didn't open my internet. Mon courriel, je l'ai pas ouvert, so you're probably not for us check. Thanks, we'll check this out.
Very good, Oscar. Yeah, I sent you an email there, so you can answer me anytime there. 7-3. Have a good week. Next is Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. Pat, go ahead, V9MTV.
V9MTV and that, V1JPR. Just got back from a little grocery run, so make sure there's fresh milk in the fridge. A little bit of yogurt. Got the granddaughter coming over there Saturday morning, so keep a few things in there for her. But I don't know. We got a big storm coming. From what I can see, we're right on the line between 20 and 30 centimeters. So get your snow blowers out and be ready for hopefully one of the last ones. We always get one sometime around St. Patrick's Day. I always call that the St. Patty's Day storm. It's too early for that. So anyway, after that it'll be daylight. We're going to get some more daylight here shortly, and that means we can all go out and do some more antenna work. I'm sure there's a few of us that's going to get some plans for that. So 7-3 to all, and hopefully I don't know whether he got on there, but I chatted with a hand that just got set up on their Fusion, forget if it was V9G something, anyway, so he was quite excited to get on. Hopefully he made it. So 7-3, thanks for doing that, Mike. VE1JPR, clear.
Yeah, V1JPR, V9MTV. Yeah, we heard Gordon, like one Golf Papa Foxtrot, had his own personal note there from Smith's Cove, Nova Scotia. He was on tonight, so he was doing good. And just a little news update too. The Moncton Flea Market will be on the 23rd of September this year. 1 week later than last year, or 2 weeks later than last year. It's going to be on the 23rd of September in Moncton Flea Market. And on the 16th of September, I guess we're going to have a TikTok by ICOM again. So just Grant Seferek, the Atlantic sales rep, just contacted me today. So he didn't tell me what the subject was, but he asked if they could do a presentation there in September, so I got them penciled in for September. So we'll keep everybody in touch what the subject will be. Thanks, Pat. That's the end of the list. We did the first round of all the maritime provinces, so now we'll go to see if there are any amateurs or any call amateur radios that want from outside the maritime provinces that would like to check in. Give us your call sign in phonetics. Ici est le temps pour tous les stations hors des provinces maritimes qui veulent participer au réseau Fusion Maritime. Allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel phonétique. Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, à l'écoute. VE9 MTV, standing by for all stations from outside the Maritimes. VE9 MTV.
Victor Alpha 6, Foxtrot Papa.
And I have Francis, Foxtrot. The outside the Maritime provinces from anywhere around the world. Go ahead with your call sign, VE9 MTV, standing by. Est-ce que les d'autres stations hors des provinces maritimes, n'appelez aussi la planète Terre? Allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel phonétique, VE9 MTV, à l'écoute. VE9 MTV, standing by for any station outside the Maritimes. Nothing heard. I guess you're all alone there, Francis. Go ahead. A6 Foxtrot Papa. Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor.
VE9 MTV for the Maritime Fusion Net from VA6FB in Wainwright, Alberta. Good evening, Mike, and good evening to everyone back home in the Maritimes. Just noticed something strange this evening. It happened 2 Wednesdays in a row. Whenever Vern checked in, for some reason, and I'm not blaming Vern, I think it's a problem on my end, but it's really peculiar, is for some reason, whenever he checks in, my radio locks up and disconnects from the Maritime Fusion Net. So if you were to go back in the log, you'd see where some reason I got kicked out. I'm not really sure what it is. Old buddy Vern is best to grind. Please don't sharpen it too much, my friend. Anyway, can't really figure out what caused it, but it's kind of weird anyway. Other than that, Mike, things are pretty good. A little bit better. -9 was both the high temperature for today, with the wind chill -16. Got that cold wind still coming out of the west today. Was northeast yesterday, which felt even colder. But other than that, we can't really complain. At least we're not in the -30s like it was few weeks ago. Jeepers, I sure didn't miss that cold weather. Other than that, no other traffic out of here. Wishing everyone back home a great weekend, and hopefully the rest of the week will be good. Hopefully you hear everybody again next Wednesday evening. 7-3 all around. VE9 MTV from VA6FB.
Yeah, VA6FP, VE9 MTV. Yeah, you had a couple of dropouts there, Francis, so maybe it has more to do with the speed of the internet, maybe. But yeah, I did get kicked off a couple of times, but I think it was because of the server or something. And it's really depended on the room server, which is actually the VE1MH repeater, which is the sponsor of the room. So if the internet is not good there, it might kick you off. It did to me a couple of times, unless Vern is sending some secret code there that bumps you off there. Yeah, very good. But I copied most of it there, Francis. You just had a couple of dropouts there, but only lasted a couple of seconds there. So we got most of it, and I think you said -16 there. So yeah, we had -20 weather here a few days ago, but it seems to be warming up a little bit there. So a lot of zeros there coming our way, so that's not too bad. Thanks for checking in, Francis. Much appreciated, and nice to you from Alberta there. 7-3. Have a good week. That's the bottom of that list for any outside the Maritime stations. I'll issue one last call for outside the Maritimes. Anybody want to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, this is your chance. Est-ce que les 12 stations hors des provinces maritimes qui aimeraient participer au réseau Fusion Maritime? Allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel phonétique. Contrôleur ce soir est Victor Leconef, Mike Tango Victor. Non, et Michel. Allez-y. Any stations from outside the Maritime, go ahead. VE9 MTV standing by.
V9 VA recheck.
Well, very good, Vern. You're not from outside the Maritime, but I guess there was nobody else. So go ahead, VE9 VEA, recheck. VE9 MTV.
Yeah, just Mike, just a little reply back to Francis there. I know what you're talking about there, Francis. I had a station in Fredericton. Forget who it was now. Every time he'd come on, he'd lock it up and all that jazz. Yeah. And tonight shouldn't have done it, but something must be in the program, I think. I don't know what it is. Tonight I was talking to you through the Node radio, which is a new FTM 300. It's the Node radio now, and my FT5 handheld. So, but I've had that same situation with a station in Fredericton. He'd come on, and all of a sudden everything would lock up. 7-3, thanks, Mike. 7-3, Francis. Take care of yourself out there in the cold country and keep warm. VE9 Victor Echo Alpha. Back to VE9 MTV net control.
Okay, very good, Vern. Yeah, you were 100%, except at the end there, you got the little bump, but that's okay. We got 100% of it. So 7-3. Have a good week. Okay, back to round 2 of Maritime stations. Stations from PEI. Round 2 from PEI. Anybody else? Est-ce qu'il y a des stations de l'île Passé-Droit pour le réseau Fusion Maritime? Deuxième ronde. Des stations de l'île Passé-Droit. Stations from PEI. Go ahead. VE9 MTV standing by. Yeah, I don't know what happened to George. He was good and clear before the net, but every time we start the net, he disappears. So I don't know if he hit some button on his radio, or that's why I told him to lock it. That way there he can't change anything. He can still transmit in that, but any buttons he hit won't do anything. So, George, you're on. Victor Yankee 2. Victor Echo 9, Mike Tanker, standing by. VE9 MTV. Okay, any stations from PEI, go ahead, VE9 MTV. Nothing heard. Any stations from Nova Scotia? I want to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. Go ahead with call sign, VE9 MTV standing by. Est-ce qu'il y a des stations de la Nouvelle-Écosse qui venaient de participer au réseau Fusion Maritime? Allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel phonétique. V9 MTV à l'écoute. V9 MTV standing by for Nova Scotia stage.
Victor Echo 1, Zulu Bravo.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Delta.
Victor Alpha 1, Victor Charlie.
Victor Echo 1, Juliet Charlie Sierra.
And I have Echo 1 Zulu Bravo, Victor Echo 1 Juliet Papa Delta, Victor Alpha 1 Victor Charlie, and Victor Echo 1 Juliet Charlie Sierra. Anybody else from Nova Scotia? VE9 MTV standing by.
Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot, Sierra Mike.
VE1 GUI.
And I have Victor Echo 1 Foxtrot Mike and Victor Echo 1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Okay, top of the list, Mike, Victor Echo 1 Zulu Bravo, VE9 MTV. Go ahead, Mike.
VE9 MTV, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, everybody on frequency. And busy day here. Had lots to do. And this afternoon, went up to Amherst, had my granddaughter with me, and we went to McDonald's for supper. So that was kind of a highlight of our day. And anyways, been listening along here with the net. Seems like it's going along pretty good. And thanks for doing the net, Mike. VE9 MTV, VE1 Zulu Bravo. Bonsoir.
Echo 9 Zulu Bravo, merci beaucoup, Mike, d'avoir participé au réseau. Thanks, Mike, for taking part in Maritime Fusion Net. Good signal there from Oxford on the Amherst repeater. 7-3, have a good week. Next is Justin, Victor Echo 1 Juliet Papa Delta. Go ahead, Justin, VE9MT.
VE9TV, VE1 JPD. Good evening, everybody. I guess haven't had the opportunity to check in this net that often, but I've only got my node set up. I have a Macintosh computer, so it took a bit of messing around, but I got Windows installed on it now, so I'm able to run the Node software, I guess, or the Fusion or WiresX software. So anyway, seems to be working fine and enjoying listening early on. So thanks. Everyone have a good evening, and we'll talk to you guys again maybe next week. VE9 MTV, V1 JPD.
Yeah, V1 JPD, Justin, yeah, very good. Yeah, your node sounds really good. No problem at all. Good audio and good signal, no dropouts. You're doing excellent there. Thanks for checking in and joining us on the Maritime Fusion Net. Have yourself a good week. Next is Victor Alpha 1 Victor Charlie, Dawn, from the Hansport, Nova Scotia. Go ahead, Dawn, VE9MTV.
Yeah, thank you, Mike, and good evening to you and to everyone on the net. I was telling the boys on the other net there earlier, I've been listening to that forecast and was just charging up my phone in case the power goes out. With that much snow, if it sticks to branches, we know what can possibly happen, but sounds like we're going to have some deep snow coming there. And anyway, I was sitting there wondering here an hour ago about those critters I saw yesterday. There was a rather big, large red fox. I haven't seen one in a long while, and he went across my driveway in about 1 or 2 seconds. Whenever I see a fox, generally speaking, they're always on the run, but sometimes I see the little females out there laying next to my buildings there when I'm in the house. Not very often, but it's just nice to see them. But I just thought that big fox must be a big male, even though he's quite big. He's still got short legs like any fox. And Mike, I went out to the back door around 5 o'clock, and I knew the seeds were all ate up by all the critters. And standing there was the tiniest little deer I've ever seen in my life. Now, I know a fawn is tiny, but this one had the brown coat. But, it never grew very much since it was born, I don't think. But, it looked so hungry, and all the seeds was gone, so I moved close to the door, and of course it went behind the house. They don't really run away too much. Of course, I got the old scoop out, threw little seeds out, and for them, and he ate about half of them. Then he disappeared. But I was just thinking about him tomorrow in that deep snow, or Friday. He's going to have a hard time marching through that too. But anyway, I didn't see many of those little deer till here the other day. I don't know why, if they were been here all along, why they weren't coming like the bigger deer was, but maybe they're spooked by the bigger deer. I noticed when the bigger deer are there, they'll put their hoof prints on the backside of the other ones, especially if they're the head female of the small gathering there, to push the other ones away till she gets her fill. But
I didn't think, I thought the fawns would be there, but with them all, but they're not. But anyway, I don't know, maybe the snow won't be so deep, but anyway, it's so nice to see the little deer. I thought I could have picked that thing up, brought it right in the house, and I can't lift very much weight anymore, Mike, with my arthritis, but it was so tiny, and it was so good to see such a little critter still alive from after all that blowing cold temperatures and wind we had. So you got one little treat anyway, and maybe it'll make it through the winter. And I hope everybody has a good evening and the power don't go out. 7-3.
Alpha 1, Victor Charlie, Dawn, yeah, very good. I went to my daughter's there in Pine Tree Mini Home out here in Moncton, right by the Funes Airport, and there's a patch of wood there, maybe, I'd say maybe 60 meters square, and I counted about 7 years just on the edge of the wood, and sometimes they march out to the trailers there and eat some nice little pine trees or buds, or they sort of stay on the edge of the wood there, and they come out once in a while. But and also coming back home, there was about 3 in the field there out by McEwen's airfield there. So they're up and around trying to get some food, I guess. So yeah, very good, Don. Thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good week there. 7-3. Next is James, Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, Sierra, from the Antigonish area. Go ahead, James, VE9MT.
Yeah, thanks for calling me in. It's Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, Sierra, in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Not much going on here, just remember to check into the net here. Just wanted to add a bean to the pot and just say hello to everyone, and hopefully everyone's having a good evening. Another calm before another storm, so be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, 7-3, and you have yourself a great evening and a great rest of the net. 73 from Antigonish, Victor Echo 1, Juliet, Charlie, Sierra.
Yeah, very good, James. Good signal there from the JSR repeater there. Thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good week there. 7-3. Next on the list is Frank, Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Sierra Mike. Go ahead, Frank, VE9MTV.
VE9MTV, VE1 Foxtrot, Sierra Mike. Good evening, Mike. Good evening to everybody on that tonight. And when you were rhyming off your list there, Mike, did you happen to get VE1KV and VE1MY in there? I did hear them in there. Anyway, Mike, no real traffic, more or less popping in to say hello to you and everybody else and give you a mark for that book. So with that, we're going to turn it back over to you. VE9MTV, VE1 Foxtrot, Sierra Mike.
Yeah, when FSM, VE9MTV. No, I never heard them. Maybe while I was writing, I saw their call sign go by, but no. We'll call them in after Joe here. VE1 Golf Uniform Yankee. Joe, go ahead. VE9MTV.
VE9MTV, VE1 GUI. Well, good evening, Mike. Good evening to everyone here on the Fusion net here tonight. Yeah, no, I tried 3 times. I guess I must have got stepped on the whole 3 times. So I said, well, I'll have to wait till you call back Nova Scotia again. So anyway, you did, so I got myself in. So that's all that matters, I guess. Anyway, we still got 0.8 degrees here. No wind, 2 kilometers. We did have a gust up to 12 kilometers. Still out to the, well, east-southeast, but I see it must have jumped over to south-southwest. So anyway, one says east-southeast, the other one says south-southwest. So I guess probably she might be bouncing around now a little bit. So anyway, Other than that, everything's pretty good here. Had a pretty good day here today. No one outside, nowhere, just stay inside. I had a fire going, just kept that going. So, anywho, other than that, everything's fine. Thanks for calling me in. V1GUI.
Yeah, the one GUI, Joe from the Yarmouth area, says Client Point, Nova Scotia. I have to look that up, see where you're at. Yeah, very good, Joe, and thanks for taking in. Good signal there from the Yarmouth Gateway there. Have yourself a good week, 7-3. I will call Kevin there. I never heard Kevin and Mike, but I guess Frank got you in here, so VE1KEV, Kevin, go ahead, VE9MTV.
Yeah, very good evening, Mike. VE9 Mike Tango Victor from VE1 Kilo Echo Victor. Good evening there, and good evening to all on the net there tonight. And thanks, Frank, for giving Mike a heads up. Must have got stepped on there, I guess. Anyway, I've been following along there, and since the beginning, great net there for sure. Lots of check-ins, and not a bad evening really. We were outside there for a little bit as well. It's still showing -2 here, but with a little light flurry action. But at least it's not. It doesn't seem to be too cold there right now, so that's good. Anyway, we'll continue listening along and playing on the computer here a little bit. So, 673, thanks for calling us in there, Mike, and have yourself a great rest of the night and a great week there. VE9 Mike Tango Victor from VE1 Kilo Echo Victor.
Okay, Kevin, thanks for checking in. You're number 26 on the list tonight. So Michael is number 27, VE1MY, VE9MTV. Go ahead, Mike. VE1MY, VE1MY, VE9MTV. Go ahead. Nope, not hearing Mike. Are you guys hearing Mike? Not hearing anything.
No, I didn't hear him at all there, Mike. He was there earlier though.
Okay, very good. We'll do a third round of the New Brunswick and call them on the all call there. Any station from New Brunswick want to check into the Maritime Fusion Net, go ahead with your call sign in phonetics. Est-ce que les deux stations du Nouveau-Brunswick qui veulent participer au réseau Fusion Maritime, allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel à phonétique, VNF-MTV. À l'écoute, VE9MTV standing by for New Brunswick stations.
VE9 Mike Whiskey.
Victor Echo 9 Alpha India, VE9 AI.
And I have Victor Echo 9 Mike Whiskey and Victor Echo 9 Alpha India. Anybody else from New Brunswick? Est-ce que les deux stations du Nouveau-Brunswick? Allez-y. VNF-MTV, à l'écoute. Any stations from New Brunswick? Go ahead, please.
Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor.
Bravo.
And I have Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor and Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. Go to Mike there, VE9 Mike Whiskey. Go ahead, Mike. VE9MTV.
Good evening, Mike, and good evening to everybody else on the net. Not too much going on here, just listening to the net here, and gonna watch some TV there afterwards. V9 Mike Whiskey, I'm clear, and 73s to everybody.
Yeah, very good there, Mike. Good signal coming through the Mountain Fusion repeater. Thanks for checking in, and have yourself a week. 7-3. Next is Gary from the Fredericton area, Victor Echo 9 Alpha India. Go ahead, Gary. VE9 MTV.
VE9 MTV, VE9 AI. Good evening, everybody on frequency. Hope you're hearing me all right, Mike. I'm down the basement here in the shack right now. But anyway, on a handy through my nose. Not much new here, I guess. There's quite an accident in Ormuck today on the bridge. Couple of pileups all there at the same time. Traffic was terrible. Anyway, a bit of snow here last night, and maybe a bit tomorrow. So, I guess nothing new, just waiting for some good weather to get an antenna up here. So, it'll come in time, I guess. So, with that, we'll say good evening to one and all, 7-3, and have a good week, Mike. Thanks for doing the net. Back to net control, VE9 AI, Gary in Fredericton.
Yeah, VE9 AI, VE9. You know from your note there, Gary, no dropouts, 100% copy, good audio, doing good there. So thanks for checking in. Have yourself a good week there, 7-3. Next on the list here is Jean-Pierre, Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor. Vas-y Jean-Pierre, bienvenue au réseau Fusion Maritime.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor. Bonsoir Mike, et merci d'animer le réseau ce soir. Bonsoir à tout le monde. Good evening to everyone here on the Maritime Fusion Net. Yeah, just online here, and one of my best buddies. I probably haven't done a motorcycle trip with him in the last 5 years, so we go off-roading and looking in the interior of the Gaspé there in the Shikshuk Mountains. There's some great places to camp back there, so just doing a little bit of research here with hopefully being able to plan a trip sometime here, hopefully in August, Mike, and maybe bring an HF radio with me and do a few parks on the air while I'm up there in VE2 land. Anyways, that's it for me today. Hope you got the information I sent you. I know you told me you got it there. Hopefully that's useful for you. And we'll be chatting again another time. Good evening to everyone and good rest of the week. This is Victor Echo 9 Alpha Delta Victor, JP and Yep, wishing 7-3s to all. And back to you, Mike.
Very good job, yeah, I got the information there, so I'll have to research that a little bit. And you're number 29 on the list tonight there, so thanks for checking in, and have yourself a good week there. And yeah, my son did go to, he usually goes out with a 4x4, and he's got a tent on top of his 4x4. It's a Toyota 4Runner, and he usually goes a lot of places, and he did quite a bit of that camping there in the Gaspé area there too. So yeah, a very, very nice country out there too. There's a nice park there too. Nice job checking in, Jock. Yeah, have yourself a good week there, 7-3. Next is Dawn, Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. And you would be number 30 on the list there tonight, Dawn. Go ahead, VE9 MTV.
Victor Echo 9 MTV. This is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo. Good evening, Mike, and good evening to everybody on the Fusion Net here this evening. JP going out the door ahead of me. Greetings to you, JP. No real traffic, Mike. Just a simple check-in. Hope everybody's having a great week. It's hump day today, so hopefully we'll get through the storm here the next couple of days and be back at her. So anyway, we'll get back to you, Mike. Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. This is Victor Echo 9 Charlie Uniform Bravo 73 to all, and thanks, Mike, for doing the net and calling me in.
Yeah, very good, Don. Good signal there coming through the Mountain Fusion repeater. Good audio also, so thanks for checking in. Have yourself a good week there. Hopefully we don't get too much snow. That's the end of the list for New Brunswick. So now I'm going to open up to anybody from anywhere that want to check into the Maritime Fusion Net. You can go ahead with your call sign in phonetics. Maintenant ouvert à toutes les régions sur la planète Terre, dans l'espace où l'eau n'a plus pour entendre mon signal. Allez-y avec vous êtes appel à phonétique. Contrôleur, c'est Victor Leconneuf, Mike Tango Victor. Non, et Michel, à l'écoute. Anybody from anywhere is VE9 MTV standing by.
Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, VE1 FOX.
VE1 MUI, Victor Echo 1, Mike Uniform, India.
And I have Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray, and Victor Echo 1, Uniform, India. Anybody else from anywhere? Parce que les deux stations de Neptune, allez-y avec vous les appels. Anybody from anywhere? Go ahead, please. Nothing heard. I guess we'll go see Curtis. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar, X-Ray. Go ahead, Curtis. VE9 MTV.
Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, with the Maritime Fusion Net. Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Well, good evening to you, Mike. Good evening to all other operators on this evening. I didn't hear too much. I was daydreaming, I guess, or night dreaming, whatever you want to call it, and it just comes to me, hey, this is Wednesday, and I should know that because the White Place Bingo, Wednesday and Thursdays. Oh, like I'll tell you, Mike, the last few months or a month or so going off there with that old silly stuff I had back then, oh my God, I don't know, it caught up with me there. So we got an awful ringing and stuff in my ears. I got an infection in the ears there. After being in the hospital for a while there, and by gosh, I can't get that ringing and all that tapping and somebody breathing in my ear, and well, the breathing in the ear, but with the right person breathing in my ear, it wouldn't matter. But it's just a rattle and cracking and stuff in there when people's talking. It sounds like people's in a 45-gallon barrel or with their head stuck in it. Terrible sound and feeling. Anyway, Mike, that's about it. By golly, I think I got on last week. I can't even remember that. That's how short the memory is on this end. But anyways, thanks for calling me into the Fusion Net there, and thanks for being there. We do get on when we can and when we can remember. And boy, I tell you, I had a hard time remembering today. So there we be. Take care. Have a great evening, and have a great rest of the weekend. Surely be hearing you time again for sure, Mike. So Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor. This is Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray here in 3 Mile Plains. Back to you, Mike. Have a great evening. 7-3.
Yeah, VE1 FOX, VE9 MTV. Yeah, very good, Curtis. Good signal and good audio there. I'm sorry you're about your ear infection there, and what sounded like bad things there. Yeah, that's kind of odd. Hopefully you're doing better, and it'll be corrected and all that. My daughter and my granddaughter had the past few days there. She woke up 3-4 times in the night and had some bad ear infection or something, because she's on the waiting list to get some tubes put in. She's only 3 years old, so but she's on the waiting list, and hopefully we'll get it done sooner than later. Hey, thanks, Curtis. Have yourself a good week there, 7-3. This is Matt, Victor Echo 1, Mike Uniform India. Go ahead, Matt, VE9 MTV.
VE9 MTV and Maritime Fusion Net, VE1 MUI. Good evening there, Michelle, and everybody on the net tonight. I tried checking in on the first go around there, and a friend of mine down the road here ended up calling me. He was about a new washer and needed help bringing it in the basement, so I bailed. I bailed. Just getting back anyway, so I guess I still made it, caught the tail end. Give you another chat. You got a good net going on there, and that is whatever. An hour and almost hour and 20 minutes now, so. I just got back from a trip. It was quite nasty driving last night, coming down through the northern end of Maine. There was pretty gross, a lot of snow and pretty slippery, but took our time and made it to the boat. So anyway, 7-3. Everybody have a good week. Hope to catch you next week. VE9 MTV and that VE1 MUI.
Yeah, very good, Matt. Probably, the eastern states and the states are getting it hard there. Even way out in California this year, they got the snow and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, very good. Thanks for checking in there, Matt, and you're number 32 there on the list. So good turnout tonight there. So anyway, with that last call in. We'll issue a last call for the Maritime Fusion Net. Last call, if you want to get in, now's the time. Dernier appel pour le réseau Fusion Maritime de tous les stations de NEPTU. Allez-y avec vos lettres d'appel phonétique. Last call, stations from anywhere. VE9 MTV standing by.
Victor Alpha 1, Hotel Echo Lima.
Victor Echo 9, Juliet, Charlie Tango.
And I have Victor Alpha 1, Hotel Echo Lima, and Victor Echo 9, Juliet, Charlie Tango. Anybody else for the last call or stations that I missed? Go ahead, please. VE9 MTV. Est-ce que les 12 stations, dernier appel? Allez, les appels en phonétique. VNF MTV à l'écoute.
Mobile. 1 Charlie Alpha.
I got Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie mobile. There was one other station that I didn't get any audio. And as I was writing, I just saw it flash by. Station that called in after Golf Charlie. Go ahead, please, again.
Victor Echo 1, Charlie Alpha.
And I have Victor Echo 1 Charlie Alpha, Robert. Anybody else? This is the last call. Last chance to get in. Bye. Dernier appel. Allez-y. VNFMT, very good. Last call. Go ahead, please. Okay, we'll go with Victor Echo 9 Golf Charlie Mobile. Go ahead, Gordon. VE9 MTV.
Yeah, VE9 MTV with the Wednesday night Fusion Net. VE9 GC Mobile. Good evening there, Mike, and all on frequency. Actually just got back into Moncton, just crossed the bridge from Riverview. Been out this evening as the presiding officer to change of command, so got to see some of my old colleagues, and anyway, good evening all the way around. got in the car, and fired up the radio, and lo and behold, I heard your dulcet tones. Anyway, thanks for doing the net. Thanks for calling me in, because I really didn't think I was going to make it in this evening. VE9 MTV with the net. VE9 CC Mobile.
Yeah, VE9GC Mobile, VE9MTV. Yeah, you just made it under the wire there, Gordon. For checking in there, good signal on the Mountain Fusion repeater. Have yourself a good week, 7-3. First on the list, Victor Alpha 1, Hotel Echo Lima. Go ahead there, Will, VE9MTV.
VE9MTV and the Maritime Fusion Net. This is VA1HEL. For anyone who's new to the net, my name is Will. Just located in Curry's Corner, Nova Scotia, just outside of Windsor. So I'm coming in through the AEH repeater tonight. Not a whole lot to report, just a little bit of snowfall happening. We'll see what accumulates compared to what might be coming in tomorrow night. But other than that, we'll swing it back over to you there, Mike, VE9MTV from VA1HEL. Have a good night.
Thanks for checking in there. Good signal to the E1AEH repeater, and copy that you're around the Windsor, Nova Scotia area. Have yourself a good week, 7-3. Next on the list is Jean-Claude de la Légion de Cheniac, au Nouveau-Brunswick. Vas-y, Jean-Claude. Go ahead, Jean-Claude, VE9JCT, VE9MTV.
Yeah, bonsoir à toi, Monsieur Mike, and good evening to all on it. Yep, I guess I missed it all, most of it anyway. Yep, I was working on the bike, getting it ready for summer. The hybrid bike and the road bike was done last week, so probably have to replace the chains on them, but that is okay. I still have the fat bike and the mountain bike for winter and spring, part of spring anyway. So anyway, that's one job done. It's not a big job, but still. Besides that, not much going on, Mike. Yep, I almost missed the net, and I see that must have been a good net, I'm sure. Anyway, nice to hear everyone. And we'll say 7-3 to all. Back to net control. Victor 9, Juliet Charlie Tango.
One more check-in for you, Mike. BY2 Juliet Charlie.
Yeah, we got you, Joe. VE9JCT, Jean-Claude, yeah. Thanks a lot, Jean-Claude, for checking. And have yourself a good week there. Next on the list is Robert, Victor Echo 1 Charlie Alpha. Go ahead, Robert, VE9MTV.
VE9MTV, VE1 Charlie Alpha. Good evening to you, Mike, and good evening to Joe coming up there behind me. I was able to slip in there before the end, and it sounds like Joe there too, so not too much else here to report. It's -3 out there, so a lot warmer than it's been the last couple of days, so that's a good thing. And yeah, nothing else to report. Sound like a really great net there this evening there, Mike. Anyway, everybody have a great evening and a great rest of the week. 7-3, VE9MTV, VE1 Charlie Alpha.
Yeah, okay, Robert, very good. Thanks for checking in. Good signal on the Hammers repeater. Have yourself a good week there, 7-3. Next is Joe, Victor Yankee 2, Juliet Charlie. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Hi to Robert there, and hi to the junk collector too. I'm just a junk collector. He's a junk collector too.
Sorry for jumping in like that. I was rearranging the shack here, trying to get that radio or Roger, that gun set in the right spot here, and I I don't know if it's in the right spot or not, but it's in the spot where it's going to stay, I guess, for now. Try to get them side by side, and I'll send Robert a picture of the shack here now, and if he wants to put it on the website there, he can, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be, but I sent it to Frank and Kevin there, and I'll send you a picture, Robert. But anyway, thanks, Mike, for letting me come in there late like that, and now that I got everything done, it's off to bed. So hope you had a good night. Sounds like you did. What, this 8:25? What time does it start? 7:30? And we'll talk to you later. Thanks, 7:3. All the best to everybody. Take care. God bless. VY2, Juliet Charlie. Western end of the mud flap. Over.
Yeah, VY2, Juliet Charlie, Joe. Yeah, good signal coming through the MFR repeater in Moncton. No problem at all. Full copy, no dropouts, and thanks for checking in. And Joe, you're number 38 on the list. And the net starts at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. on this CQ Maritime Room, 60207. Thanks for checking in. Before we close the net, I'm going to call, see if Mike's around. VE Victor Echo 1, Mike Yankee. Mike, are you around? Go ahead, VE9MTV. Nothing heard. We also are looking for George, 52 Golf Foxtrot. 22 Golf Foxtrot. Go ahead, please. VE9MTV. Nothing heard, so we're going to close the net at 8:27. 8:27 local time, or 0:28 the 2nd of March. So thanks everybody for checking in tonight. We had 37 check-ins tonight. We would like to thank all the amateurs for checking in tonight. We also like to thank George, who linked in tonight to help us expand the era for local hands to check in. Il y avait 37 stations qui ont participé au réseau ce soir. On aimerait remercier tous les amateurs qui ont participé au réseau. On aimerait également remercier les propriétaires de répéteurs des stations et des stations digitales personnelles qui se sont joints au réseau pour permettre une plus grande couverture du territoire, pour permettre à plus de stations de rejoindre. For more information about the Maritime Fusion Net, go to the Moncton and Area Amateur Radio Club website at whiskey.MikeAlphaAlphaRomeoCharlie.ca. I'll repeat the website, whiskey.MikeAlphaAlphaRomeoCharlie.ca, and click on Club Activities /nets. Pour plus d'informations sur le réseau Fusion Maritime, allez au site web du club de radioamateurs de Moncton, MAARC, au site web whiskey.MikeAlphaAlphaRomeoCharlie. Web whiskey.MikeAlphaAlphaRomeoCharlie.ca et appuyez sur la touche Club Activité, /nets. Now that the net has concluded, the repeaters are now open for general use. This is Victor Echo 9, Mike Tango Victor, signing off. Thank you for joining us for the net. Good night all. 7-3. Maintenant que le réseau est terminé, les répéteurs sont ouverts pour l'usage général. Ceci est Victor Leconef, Mike Tango Victor. Merci d'avoir participé ce soir. Bonsoir tout le monde. Terminé. Soirée 13. E9 MTV clear.